Hello YouTube, it's Wendy, and today I'm going to show you all how I set up for a craft fair. I had a couple people ask how I set my table up and what I do to get ready. So I have a craft fair Friday, and I'm doing a trial run of my setup here because I have some new displays. So I've set up, I usually have a 6-foot table, and you can see that there. And then I always take that 4-foot table, and it doesn't always mean that I have room to use it, but I always take it. So it's kind of tight quarters here because I'm in the living room. So I have the 4-foot table and the 6-foot table, and I just use plain black flat sheets for the tablecloths. And I bought that white faux fur from like Michael's or somewhere. No, not Michael's, maybe Joann's or Walmart. I don't remember. Hobby Lobby maybe. And I have the two pieces that I just lay out on the table. It just makes it look kind of fancier. So these earring spinners came from a guy who was closing out a jewelry store, and they had doors and locks on them, but I took the doors and the locks off, and so now they're just a spinner, and they're perfect for putting lots of earrings in. And on the top, and this won't show on the day of the craft show, I'll have something covering it up or a sign or something, but this is just a little light from the Dollar Tree, and I just turn it on and place it upside down there, and it lights up the case. So it's kind of nice that way. And then we had this new idea tonight to do these little things. I saw on YouTube or Pinterest or somewhere where somebody had taken just a little block of wood and cut a slit in the top, and then you can put your earring card in it just like that, and it'll stand up. So that's an idea or a new thing that I'm going to try out. I'm going to paint these black so they won't be wooden looking, but then you can just set them in little random spots on the table that don't have anything, because there never seems to be enough room ever at a craft show to set out all my stuff. So I have all this stuff out. I've got all of these are all leather earrings on this spinner. I've got some laying on the table. I'm going to put them all around on those little blocks on the top. These are all feather earrings and some beaded stuff at the top, wire wrapped key set and crosses. Then I've got seashell jewelry here. There's a bunch of seashell earrings and bracelets. And these are beaded things over here. These are all wire wrapped things up here. And there's some stuff down there that's just beaded. And then this thing, I don't have it completely full, but it's got a lot of fall and Halloween jewelry in it. And I'm just going to fill it in with whatever else I can fit in there. And then it's got some feather earrings in there too. So I'll put things on top of there also. But there's never enough room. So the seashell display is just a block of wood. And let me walk around here. I'll show you the back of it. Chris is playing Nintendo, so you can hear Mario in the background. But this is the back of the seashell. You just take hooks and screw them in there. Little eye or cup hooks, I think is what they're called. And then we put a hinge and a block on the back for it to stand up. And I hang all of the seashell necklaces, and they just hook on the back. And the price tags will be on the back. They won't be showing on the front. This display right here is just a big block of really thin wood. So you can see it's not very thick. And I got these stands. They're little easels from Hobby Lobby. And Chris cut some strips here, these strips, and I glued them on, and they make little shelves. And so I can stack or get things kind of up. My last craft show was really, really terrible. I had a round table. That's what they gave us. And I was out in the middle of the floor. And so there was nowhere like for me to sit that was not in front of the jewelry. and I couldn't fit everything on the table, and I thought, okay, I need to find a way to make things go vertical, because just laying everything out on the table, I do not have enough room at all. So that's why we came up with this idea here. So those fit really good on there, and it holds way more than what I could lay out on the table, but I still end up laying a lot of stuff out on the table. So I went through everything, and somebody asked how I transport my jewelry. This is how I transport it. It is not a fancy system. It is, these little trays came from Walmart. These little trays came from Walmart. Or no, I'm sorry, Dollar Tree. These came from Dollar Tree, and so did these big green ones. And what I do is I separate them out by category. So like this is all bracelets. This is all these kind of beaded earrings that I don't have out. This is all other earrings, like beaded earrings. This is all the bubblegum necklaces for kids, which I'm not going to be able to put out, I don't think. And then I do the same thing with these over here. So like this is all seashell necklaces. These are the tangled up ones. That's why they're not out on the table. This is all Halloween jewelry leftovers. So I've got out a bunch of stuff, but anything I had duplicates of, I put in here, and I'll take it with me. And then if one sells, I can stick the duplicate one out, because I just don't have enough room for everything. So that's pretty much how it goes, or how it's going to go Friday. So this was just a test run, just to see how everything was going to fit. Thankfully, I think on Friday, I'm going to have 2 6-foot tables. So that'll be really insanely good. But normally I don't have 2 6-foot tables. I either have 1 6-foot table or the 6-foot and the 4-foot. So I always take the 4-foot with me. A lot of times they provide the 6-foot table, but I always take the 4-foot table with me, because usually there's somewhere that I can set it up. Even if they don't tell you can, I usually can squeeze it in somewhere, and it really helps to have it. So anyway, I have another one of the seashell jewelry displays, but I just am not going to have room for it. So I may pack it in the car and just have it with me. So normally what I take when I go are the 2 spinners, those displays, the 2 tables, or the 1 table if they're providing a table, a 6-foot table, I just take the 4-foot. If not, I have to take both. If it's an outdoor craft show, I have to take my tent. But this one is indoor. And then I take this trunk, which is packed full of, it'll have the tablecloths in it. Whoops. Let's see what this has. It'll have the tablecloths in it. It has some, here's a tablecloth. It has these, necklace display things, that the velvet ones that you can set up. So if I have a place to set them up, I will. I have a roll of paper towels in here that I take. These are my state, this is my West Virginia state business license. I've got to get my North Carolina one. I don't have it yet. These are some extra jewelry displays that if I have room, I can put stuff on. Same here. This is all just extra jewelry displays that if I have room, I'll stick stuff out on, but usually I don't have a lot of room, so they don't go out. This is chalkboard markers and chalkboard signs. So I have these little thingies. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Okay, these came from the Dollar Tree right here, and they sit up on the table, and you can put a little sign in it. So I bought these chalkboard signs. I have this kind right here that clips on, and then I have this kind that I can put in this thing right here. It just slides down in there and sits on the table. And I use those and the chalkboard pens. I always take that stuff. And then I always take with me an extra bag of just stuff that I might need, like All my business cards are in here, and it looks like they fell out or something. I need to fix that. So I've got all my business cards in here. I've got a pair of scissors. I've got all the little bags, these little organza bags, just in case. I don't really use them all the time, but I take them just in case. I have an extra pair of sunglasses for the outdoor shows. These are pens, usually that I get. They give out a pen at the craft show. But I take a set of pliers, round nose, chain nose, and cutters. And this whole thing is full of like head pins, eye pins, clasps, jump rings, and chain. So like if anybody wants their necklace lengthened, I can add some chain to it, like if it's too short for them and they want it longer. Or if they want it shortened, I have all the tools here to do all that. I always take a roll of duct tape and some lip stuff, just anything I think I may need while I'm there, because a lot of times when you're at the craft shows, you can't leave your table. I'm usually there by myself and I can't leave my table, so you know, I just try to have stuff like that. And I will usually take something to drink and try to get like a snack or something to have with me. So this craft show I'm doing Friday evening is only 3 hours, so I won't really have to have a bunch of other stuff. But I keep that in this trunk. I got this trunk at Walmart. It's awesome. It has wheels on it, and you can just pull it. And then the latest thing, the newest thing that we got is a wagon that folds up. It's like a canvas wagon. You can get them at Sam's has them. I think like the sporting goods stores have them. I think we got ours at Sam's, but it's really good for like all that stuff there that you have to haul. I mean, there's so much stuff to carry, it's a pain, and it's good to have that little wagon because I can stack a bunch of stuff on it, pull it in, and I usually am going to have to make 2 or 3 trips anyway, but it still helps. And also I have these bags. These are what I give people when they buy some jewelry. So this is, I just put a little, it's a white lunch bag from Walmart, and I just stamped it with something cute on there. And that's what I give them when they buy their jewelry. And another thing I will have in here, but I don't have in here right now, is my cash box. And all it is a little, I got it at Michael's. It's a little container, a little plastic container with a lid that goes in and out. It's not a real cash box, but I like it because I can put the money in there and my square and an extra battery for the phone and all that kind of stuff. Because if you don't have an extra battery for your phone and your phone dies, then you can't use your square. And if you can't use your square, then you greatly limit yourself on what you can sell, because most people do not carry cash. So there's the cat. He's looking at something out the window. Can you see him? But anyway, those are the main things that I take to a craft show, and that's going to be my setup for Friday night, and we'll see how it works. The cat's found a bug or something out there he's after. But yeah, so that's how I do it. And I can't remember who asked me how I transport my jewelry, but this is it. It is not fancy. It's just these things, and I will put them down in a tub, like one of those tote things that you carry, plastic ones, and they will all fit in one tote. So I will have 2 tables, 2 spinners, 2 boards, or 3 boards, possibly 4, all the jewelry, the chest, and the wagon, and the tent if it's outside, and the tote with all the jewelry in it. So it's like a huge amount of stuff, and it fills up the back of the Prius. We have to lay the seats down, and we can't even fit anything else in there. So it is a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of work to do these craft shows, so I'm hoping that Friday night is a way better result than I had with the last one, the last craft show. And if anybody who is an event organizer is listening, here are some tips. Number 1, no round tables. You cannot put your people on round tables because they don't have any place to sit, and they have to stand all day. And if they do sit, they're blocking their own jewelry, and they don't have any place to like get their stuff laid out for like the transaction, like your cash box and I take along a receipt book also, because some people want a receipt. And I also take along some special order jewelry forms that I just made up on the computer, but that allows me, if somebody wants something that I don't have out here, or say that they like the ostrich feather earrings, but they want them in a different color or whatever, then I can write up a special order. They can pay right then for the square, and I can ship it to them when I get it made, or meet them if they're local or whatever. But the order form has their name, address, phone number, what they want, and like the metal color, the length, sizing, just all that kind of stuff on there. So I take that with me too. But anyway, I got on a rabbit trail. I was saying that you don't put people on round tables because they don't have any place to put all that kind of stuff. Another thing, within the place where I was standing at the last craft show, I could see 5 other jewelry vendors besides me. And that's horrible. Do not book, multiple. Now, if you're having a huge, humongous craft show, that's one thing. But this was like not a very big one. And they had like 6 or 7 jewelry vendors. And when you do that, then there's just not enough people to, get sales for everybody. So that was really aggravating, that there were so many other jewelry vendors there. But anyway, hopefully this one Friday night will go better than the last one that I did. So we'll see. But anyway, that's how I set up. That's my system. It's not very sophisticated, but it works. So anyway, I hope that answered everybody's questions. I had a bunch of questions, and people were wondering, how I do it. So this is how I do it. And so if you have any more questions, just put them in the comments, and like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.